game on the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was doubting on the kid. Now they tuned in cause my game too legit.
There's a lot of you don't know about the fantasy headlines. Nation. Headline nation. Fantasy headlines for the nation. I'm a headliner. I'm a headliner.
Yo. Analytics off the chain. All the channels not the same. Jake and Kyle, you know the name. Headliner Nation, we running the game. Y'all stuck on third down. Your content's plain Jane. Headliners on top now. We gonna move and change. Podcast off the rip. Draft guide, so legit. Fantasy world, our game tight. You know we about that chub life. Stuck in a rut and you need some motivation. Head to the channel for this Headliner Nation.
I'm a headliner.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome Sunday morning. I know it's not technically lunchtime, especially for those of you Central Time, Mountain Time, West Coast Time, but that's okay. That's okay. Technically, I guess on the East Coast, it wouldn't even be lunchtime yet either, but that doesn't matter. Because we're here. We are live. It is the day after the draft guide launch. If you have not bought a draft guide yet, I need to know in the comments. If you don't have your draft guide yet, let me know in the comments. If you do have your draft guide, please let the people in the comments who have not gotten their draft guide yet, let them know how awesome it is, please. Do that. I need to see the comments. Supreme becoming a member for the 11th month. You fellas are the GOAT. Can't wait for another fire year. Let's go, baby. Supreme? OEG official becoming a member for the 23rd month. What up, Headliner Nation? Geek. I got my draft guide. OEG's already into it. Shelly doesn't have hers yet. That's okay. Taylor doesn't have his yet. That's okay. Buck's got his. It's a must get. Thomas doesn't have it. What's up, Strope City? Should we take a little look at the draft guide? I'm not going to give it all away. But a little preview. What up, Gator? Tim's got his. Daniel's got his. Kevin's got his. So far, we haven't heard one negative review about it. I love it. We did a very large switch this year in terms of there is almost 300 total videos in this draft guide. And on top of that, all of it has been transcribed, so if you want to read it instead of watch it, you can do that too. Love you guys. Are we taking a look, or do we want to take a little just tour of the draft guide? Again, not give it all away. Not going to give it all away, but just a little tour for those of you that have not had a chance to see it yet. For those of you that would like to see what it looks like. Okay. Jeff Garcia becoming a member for the 25th month. Woo! Hey, Kyle, just got my draft guide yesterday. Been getting them for 5 years now, and you guys really outdid yourselves this year. Thanks for all the hard work, Jeff. Appreciate you. Glad you love it. Supreme with the $2 dono draft guide is hacks for real. Oh, for fantasy football. For FF. I thought it said for FR. Supreme, appreciate you. Is this a free trial? Maybe, but not really. The draft guide looks so clean this year. So clean. So clean. And again, the draft guide is completely accessible through our website. The login is different this year. For those of you that had it last year, we have a different URL for it this year. We built it out on a different website. So when you purchase it, even if you purchase it today, you'll get an email with a PDF attached to it, and the PDF will give you like the complete rundown on what you need to do to get into it, how to create a new username and everything. How often is it updated? As often as it needs to be updated. So, like, let's say Dalvin Cook were to sign tomorrow, we would have an update out tomorrow night, maybe the morning after. And it will be updated all the way up until week 1. Updated all the way until week 1. Let's just look at the player profiles. The player profiles are so clean this year. You come in here. Who you want to take a look at? Quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end. Pristine auction. Don't forget, code word headliners. Get a $10 coupon. Underdog fantasy. Don't forget, sign up with code word headliners. Deposit at least $10. You'll get your draft guide for free. Do it. Manscaped, code headliners. 20% off, free shipping. Wide receiver. Let's say we wanted to look at our wide receivers. Boom. Here we go. These are all the wide receivers that are in here right now. We could potentially, obviously, add more. So just because if you were to go in here and maybe not see a particular wide receiver, you could always let us know, hey, would really love a player profile on this wide receiver, and we could potentially do that. So let's say we wanted to take a look at Drake London. You can click on his player profile right here and watch the player profile video. Or if you need to read it, you can go all the way down through here. And this is what I like too about this year. Number one, if you wanted to leave a comment, you could leave a comment. You can comment on all of the articles. You can also go to different tags too. So let's say you get done reading Drake London and you're like, man, I really wonder what they think about the rest of the Atlanta offense. You click on Atlanta, the DRBR Atlanta Falcons, Tyler Algier, Drake London, Bijan Robinson, injury breakdown on Kyle Pitts, top handcuffs Tyler Algier, tight end Kyle Pitts' player profile, and Desmond Ritter's player profile. So everything that you wanted to see from Atlanta is on one page. How delicious is that? Headliner Nation, I'm going to be live until about 12 o'clock. For every 10 draft guides that are ordered during this live stream, I will pick one of them to get it for free. So if 10 of you were to go order your draft guide right now, we will pick one of you to get your draft guide for free. If 20 of you were to go order a draft guide, we would pick 2 of you to get it for free. If 30 of you were to order your draft guide right now, we'd pick 3 of you to get it for free. For every 10 draft guides that are purchased during the live stream from 11 to 12, from 11 to 12, For every 10, we will pick one person to get it for free. How's that sound? And I can tell you right now that there's already been one ordered. I'll keep an eye on it. I've got my email up right here. There's already been one ordered. 9 more, and we're going to give one of them to you for free. So if you were going to purchase your draft guide, I would just do it right now. I'd just do it right now. Also, don't forget, if you download the Underdog app and deposit $10, you can get it for free there too. It's up to you. Whichever one you want to do. Up to you. Got the main menu, draft guide section, so you can skip through pretty easily this year as well. Up here in the top right-hand corner. As there are so many numbers, how would you best suggest navigating the dynamic running back guide? Let's go to the DRBR right now. Who in the chat doesn't know what the DRBR is? Raise your hands if you don't know what the dynamic running back rating is. Kevin, I don't have like a number off the top of my head right now. And you can order your draft guide. There is a link down below. If you go into the link, if you go into the description of the video, there is a link to our website to purchase it. Second one just came in. 2 have been ordered. Hold on. Let me just double check here real quick. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm trying to see my own. Shelly! Becoming a member of Full Chub. Shelly, welcome into the exclusive Headliner Nation. Thanks so much for joining up and becoming a member today. Everybody throw a little hashtag Shelly in the chat for becoming a member. Draft guide looking amazing. I don't know why my video is not popping up here. Oh, here we go. Yeah, in the description of the video, there is a link. Absolutely. Just look at the description of the video. It says, get your 2023 Fantasy Football Draft Guide here. www.thefantasyheadliners.com. There you go. All right. So for the DRBR, the Dynamic Running Back Rating, this is actually a rating system that I developed. Will I do a rookie outlook for this year? There will be rookie stuff in the draft guide. It hasn't all been uploaded as of yet. I'm taking the rest of the weekend to work on it, and then we'll be uploading it hopefully sometime next week. So the dynamic running back rating is a rating system that I developed myself. I developed it several years ago, took 10 years worth of NFL data, dropped it in, researched it, make sure it worked. And essentially there are different statistics that I take a look at. I put them into this algorithm that I created that weights things differently, and it gives me what I call the dynamic running back rating. And the DRBR essentially gives us a look at what running backs potentially have the highest upside on a per touch basis based on these statistics that we have. This is the DRBR section. I'm not going to show you all that information right there, but you can come through here and you can look at everything that you need to each team. And I'll show you one team. I'll show you one team. Let's go with the Houston Texans. So my DRBR video will be here, so you can you can listen to what I have to say, or you can read it, and then the scores are going to be right here below the video. Obviously, you need to see them a little bit better. You can do that. Did not want to do that. There we go. You can see the scores a little bit better there, and again, then you can read through. Honestly, the best way to go about going through this is to just watch and listen. Just watch and listen, because I take you through each and every single team so you have an understanding of what's going on and how the numbers should be utilized. Ben gifting a membership to the Fantasy Headliner community. Ben, appreciate you. Thanks so much for the gifted membership. That's going out to Slightly Sitterfield. My bad if I mispronounced that. Who also asked a question a moment ago. 10-team, 1-quarterback PPR start 9. Tony Andrews, Jacobs, 1.07, 24 first for Bijan. Stacked with Burrow, Jefferson, Chase Higgins. So you'd be trading Kadarius Toney, Mark Andrews, Josh Jacobs, your 1.07, and a first next year for Bijan? You have Etienne and Ramondre already, and then you would also have Jacobs. That's an awful lot to give up. Like, don't get me wrong. I'd love to have Bijan on my team, but that is a lot to give up for him. Especially considering it's a 10-team league. I mean, you should be fairly well stacked all over the place. Etienne, Ramondre, and Jacobs is a pretty nice stack to have. Jake is chilling. Jake's probably with the fam. Typically, Sunday morning is family time for him. All right, let's do a draft guide update here real quick and see how many we have now sold. I'll put my pretty face back on the screen because I know that's why you all are here. Don't lie. We have now sold 1, 2, 3, 4 draft guides since 11. So we need to sell 6 more draft guides to give one away for free. No, I don't want to do that. Where is my search tab? Jeremy, I'm ready for the season 2. Actually, no, we need to slow down. I don't want to just scroll that quickly through the summer. Calf raises on stream. No calf raises today. No calf raises today. Gonzalo, what's up? Falcons had a 1,000-yard rusher last year. No, they did not. Oh, wait, yes, they did. Algier just crossed it. That's right. He was at 10:35. That's right. My bad. My bad. Yes, they did. I mean, that's kind of what we talked about all along with Bijan, right? Is that, yes, they drafted them, and yes, they love to run the football. But Algier was too darn good last year to just not get touches. Right? Way too good last year to not get touches. And I break that down pretty extensively in one of my videos from last week. I talked about that quite a bit. Yep, if you want to order your draft guide, you can just go down to the description of this video, thefantasyheadliners.com, thefantasyheadliners.com, and you can go there and you can purchase your draft guide right now. And again, for every 10 draft guides we sell while I'm live, I'll pick one of you that order to get it for free. We're up to 5 now. We're up to 5. Cordero Patterson, he'll still be involved. They'll do some different things with Cordero Patterson. They're going to move him around. He'll still come out of the backfield a little bit. I'm sure they'll put him in the slot a little bit. He's going to be more involved in the passing game than the running game, though. Danielle, what's going on? Feels like forever since I've seen you. Hopefully everything is well. And I mean, I think people confuse it too, because when I'm like, listen, I'm not drafting Bijan at number 2 overall, people are like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You hate Bijan? No, I'm still drafting him in the first round. He's going to get lots of work for sure. But realistically, how many touchdowns does he potentially lose to Tyler Algier? If you give Tyler Algier minimum 150 carries, that's minimum 150 carries, how many potential touchdowns do you think Bijan loses to Tyler Algier? Ben, for Dynasty stuff, how much should I be buying Caleb Williams hype? Is he him or is T-Law also him? Both of them are him. Yes. Both of them are him. I need to go get a haircut today. Yes, I'm aware of that. I've been working a lot lately, as you can tell by the draft guide. Both of them are him. Caleb Williams has a chance to be very special. He does. Very special. I'm not going to compare him to Patrick Mahomes, other than the fact that he's going to have that type of arm strength and he's going to have that type of ability to maneuver in the pocket. He's not really going to be like a running quarterback, but he uses his feet so well to extend plays and to maneuver himself to actually get guys open. I think that's going to be one of his most special traits, to be honest with you. What up, Rory? Dornage, what's going on? Who should go number 1 overall? I have Justin Jefferson at number 1 overall, and then Christian McCaffrey at number 2. Eckler is my running back 2, so you could go Eckler at number 3. And Dynasty, what's your thoughts on Bryce Young? Too short? Bryce Young is an extremely gifted young man in his head and in his right arm. If he was 3 inches taller, nobody would be saying anything about this guy. If he was 3 or 4 inches taller, he would have been one of the best quarterback prospects we've ever seen come out. He was knocked for his height. He's going to do a lot of things very, very well. He's going to do a lot of things very, very well. Drew Brees wasn't the tallest guy in the world, and he seems to have done just fine for himself. Kyler Murray, I know people hate him, but he's still a good NFL quarterback. Bryce Young is going to end up being just fine. Yes, Bijan is a first-round pick. Absolutely, 100%. Am I taking him at the very top of the first? No, probably not. But I'd take him in that middle fourth, that third quadrant, 3rd to 4th-ish area of the first round. Ravilo, draft guide purchase for a 4th year in a row. Absolutely love it. Are you in on taking Richardson at 1.03 in a rookie draft? He won't last to 1.03. There's no way Bijan Robinson lasts to 1.03. No way. I don't see any rookie draft where Bijan Robinson doesn't go 1 or 2. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. In a super flex league, Anthony Richardson is my 1.01, and it's not particularly close. In a 1 QB league, Bijan at number 1 is fine. Yeah, Ben, Caleb Williams, I think, is going to be special. I am fine with that. Should I trade Christian Watson and Gibson for Aaron Jones and Christian Kirk in Dynasty? Chris, is that Antonio Gibson? I'm pretty sure that's probably who you mean, but I want to verify. Do you see Ridley helping Kirk by taking away coverage or hurting by taking away targets? No, because there's an opportunity for both of these guys to get plenty of targets. And Christian Kirk led all wide receivers last year in slot targets. So him and Calvin, they don't even play the same type of game. They don't even play the same type of game. Christian Kirk will still get plenty of volume. Jared just ordered Supercuts or Fantastic Sams. I have to use Great Clips right now. I don't have a person. I need a person. I need to be like, that's my go-to. I used to have one. I don't anymore. Derrick Henry in redraft. He's my RB4. RB3 or RB4. I can't remember offhand. One of the two. Antonio Gibson. So in a dynasty league, Christian Watson is going to be like number 1 out of everybody. And then for me after that, probably Aaron Jones and Christian Kirk. I'd rather not trade Christian Watson because I'd really like to see what he and Jordan Love can do. However, if you find yourself in a position where you are in win now mode, I will take Aaron Jones and I will take Christian Kirk pretty easily. Yeah, I need a barber. I need a person. Maybe I'll start looking into that. Jared, in your dynasty league, Bijan was a 2nd round pick. Are you in a 4-person dynasty league? I just don't know. You married your barber? All right, Buck, that's one way to do it. Okay, I see you. I see you. That's a 200 IQ play right there. Being the first year I bought the draft guide, how accurate have your rankings been in the past? I'm not going to answer that question. Headliner Nation, if you would like to, please respond to Thomas and let him know what you feel about the accuracy of our rankings and predictions. Please do so now. I'm going to let the nation speak for itself. Thomas, wait for those comments. Wait for those comments. I'm going to let them answer, because I think hearing from the consumer is probably your best bet. Jared, just did our first year dynasty draft. Here is my team with the first pick: Mahomes, Eckler, Saquon, DK, Ridley, Schultz, Parsons, Sauce, and Bosa. It's a 10-team dynasty. I mean, that's not bad for 10 teams. That's not bad. Definitely would love to see you have like a really solid RB3 though. I don't know if you do or not. Rankings on point. Won my league past 2 seasons. Darth Desmond puts a bunch of goat emojis. Jeremy, I've won 2 of the 3 championships I've been to. Danielle, accurate, got 2nd. Plays 2 years in a row. Jeremy, the draft guy, is absolutely fire. OEG official, 100. Flexing, fire emojis. Cyanide, I got first 2 years ago and 2nd last year using the guide. And I got unlucky in the first since Titans sat Henry. Buck, used it during my draft, got to the championship. Milkman, these guys are literally the reason I get to the playoffs every year. Seems good to me. Thomas, and normally in those situations, like, I always say, ask the community, right? Because I can sit here and I can spout a bunch to you and say, oh, hey, I will tell you this. I think we have the best draft guide out there. 100%. I've worked for other companies. I've worked on other draft guides. There isn't anything in the industry that comes close to what our draft guide does. In terms of especially this year, giving you the videos, giving you the ability to read if you want to read, the amount of in-depth information that you get, and how we do it. Because so many draft guides out there don't really try to educate you on players. They try to educate you on how to draft. We want to educate you on the player so then you can make the best possible decisions in your draft. Thomas is glad he bought it. Perfect. Already loving the investment. July is my favorite month because it ends my least favorite month. You mean June is your least favorite month? I want to make sure that I understood that correctly. Danielle just bought hers. Been watching you guys for 3 years now. Thomas, you should know then. You should know. You should know. All right, so we have sold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more draft guide sale, and I'll do a randomizer, and we'll pick one for free. Keeping up on those videos. Keeping up on those videos, nation. I lost my year badge because my card got hacked. Oh, Jeremy, no. I'm so sorry for that. That stinks. I really wish YouTube would combine it. So even if it lapsed or something, when you signed back up, like let's say you signed up within a month or so, that you would get to keep your badge or something like that. I really wish YouTube would do that. Yeah. Tony just got his. Oh, wait. Do we maybe have another guide sale here? I'm not seeing another one. Oh, maybe we did. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's still 9. Never mind. Still at 9. I loved your all's hypothetical first 4 picks for 1.01. Makes me actually want the first pick this year. I've never wanted it. Good. One part of the draft guide that is not out yet, but it will be out, as we get a little bit closer to the season and we have an opportunity for those ADP numbers to come in a little bit more. Oh, it's not going to show it here. Go back out to the main menu. The perfect draft. If you guys haven't seen the perfect draft or first year buying it or whatever, essentially what we do is we go through like the first, I don't know how many picks I do last year, first 10 picks of every single draft spot, 1.01 all the way through 1.12, and essentially do like the first 10 picks from each spot and say like, these are the guys that we feel like if you were to draft here, this would be your perfect draft. This would be your perfect draft. Oh, we may have just had another Hold on a second. I'm trying to make sure that we just hit 10 draft guides. Hold on. Yes, we just hit 10 draft guides. We did. So what I'm going to do... Where's my old randomizer here? Hold on real quick. Let me go through all the names of the first 10 people that bought a draft guide. Hopefully you're still here. So, first one was Joseph. Second one was Charles. And you don't have to, if you don't want anyone to know your first name, Martel. You don't have to respond in the chat so people don't see it. Stratton. S-T-R-A. What is it? T-T-O-N. Ryan. Michael. Jared. Tony. Danielle. And Jerry. All right, so those are the people, those are the first 10 draft guides that were purchased today during the live stream. So I'm going to pick one of them to get their draft guide for free. I'm going to go over here to my randomizer real quick. Gator, give me a number between 1 and 10, Gator. Give me a number between 1 and 10, and that is how many times I will randomize. So again, we got Joseph, Charles, Martel, Stratton, Ryan, Michael, Jared, Tony, Danielle, and Jared. Those were the first 10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, okay. Gator said 4. All right. Gator already has his draft guide. He's an impartial party here. I'm going to randomize 4 times. Jared, I didn't do you twice. Joseph, Charles, Martel, Stratton, Ryan, Michael, Jared, Tony, Danielle, and Jerry. Okay. We're going to randomize 4 times. Name at the top of the list gets their draft guide for free. That's once. That's twice. That's 3 times. And the 4th one is going to be Ryan. Congratulations, Ryan. If you're still in the chat right now, you're going to be getting your draft guide for free. Make sure, Ryan, you send me an email, info@thefantasyheadliners.com, info@thefantasyheadliners.com. Shoot me over that email as soon as you can. You'll get your draft guide for free. We will refund that purchase for you. We'll refund it for you. We've already sold another draft guide as well. So that makes 11. So if we get 9 more sales before I go off the air here in about 19 minutes or so, if we get 9 more sales, then we'll give away another draft guide for free. Anna coming in strong, throwing out the email there. Anna, appreciate you as always. Our trusty moderator. Would you need the likes of Dameon Pierce and Connor to be your team's RB3 this year? Dameon Pierce as my RB3 would be fantastic. Nick, did you help your mom with her draft guide? Perfect. Thank you very much. I was very busy when she texted me last night. Just so you all know, I got Nick pretty good last night. We played a little Call of Duty last night. I was like, hey, Nick, can you do me a favor? And he goes, yeah, what's up? I said, I keep getting this message. I said, somebody keeps messaging me, asking me how to get into their draft guide because they get in and it looks really weird. But I said, it looks different on my side than it looks on your side. I said, if I were to give you their contact information, could you possibly message them to see if you can help them figure it out? And he goes, yeah, absolutely. I was like, perfect. Just go to your phone, go to your contacts, and click on mom. He was like, he took a second. He was like, dude, that's not cool. Got him. How do I take over for Anna? Anna only loses her spot if she wants to give it up. Anna has too many deep, dark secrets at this point about headliners. So, Ben, I did get him. I got him good, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I need to shave and get my hair cut really bad today. I'm going to check in as soon as this show is over. I'm going to check in. Hedgehog, you're mowing the yard right now. All right. Get your mow on. Get it. It concerns me that Chad is trying to overthrow our moderator right now. Who's a sleeper versus who is a breakout? A sleeper is going to be somebody that is taken, in my opinion, deeper in drafts, where a breakout is somebody that kind of might be maybe middle of the road, maybe towards the top of a draft, not like first couple of rounds or anything like that. Hasn't really had that like really good season yet, but he's kind of like on the radar. That would be like the biggest difference. A sleeper is a guy that like really isn't being talked about that much, or isn't being viewed as a fantasy contributor, where a breakout is somebody that, yeah, they might be somebody that we think is going to contribute, but maybe they really haven't had that type of season yet. Oh, God. Who would you rather have help you in a fight, Jake or Ethan? Oh, my God, Jake. Are you kidding me? I wouldn't. Ethan would run. Ethan would run the other way, I think. Jeremy, that's pretty solid right there. Najee, to me, I don't think qualifies for a breakout just because he's already had a pretty decent season his rookie year. So I wouldn't really go breakout with him. Now, he might be a guy that I would say bounce back. Lawrence, first time watching your videos, and I am greatly impressed. Appreciate it. Glad you're enjoying the content. Do you like Daniel Jones over 17.5 touchdowns, Thomas, total or passing? Danielle, Akers is a bust. I'm kind of liking Akers this year. I know. I'm going to be diving into Akers a little bit more because there were some things that popped up where I was like, I'm going to dive into him a little bit more. I'll let you all know. What up, dogs? Thoughts on Calvin Ridley? I think he's going to have a good year. I think he's going to have a really good year. I don't think he's going to be the volume guy. I still think that's going to be Christian Kirk, but I think he's going to have some pretty big plays. I think he's going to be a big, deep threat. And I covered why in the draft guide. What are the chances of Tony emerging as KC's wide receiver 1? I think it's possible. For sure. I wouldn't want him to be my wide receiver 2. I wouldn't want him to be my wide receiver 1 for sure. Probably not my wide receiver 2. I'd rather have him as like my wide receiver 3 or 4. In hopes of him producing at least some high upside games where maybe in better matchups for him, I could play him. And other times maybe it's like, I don't know who it could be this week, so I'm going to put him on the bench. Could this be the year for Kyle Pitts to break out? Potentially, yes. The thing about Kyle Pitts is he won't have to be the guy this year, and they will have a pretty steady running attack. So the hope is that Kyle Pitts becomes highly efficient. Draft Guide is my favorite headliner purchase I ever made, and he got a 1. I did. I pulled Ben on our Breaks channel where we do trading cards. I pulled Ben a 1-of-1 Sauce Gardner RPA. Pretty sick. Don't dive too deep. Oh, Danielle. Too soon. Oh, my God. Oh, my. I don't mean to laugh at that. I was not anticipating that comment when I read it. My mind literally went somewhere completely else, and then I saw the rest of it, and I was like, oh! She got me there. Tony, you won't be able to get as your 3 or 4, so don't draft him. Why don't you think you'd be able to get Kadarius Toney as your 3 or 4? What type of ADP are we talking? Are you talking like specifically on Underdog? Are you talking in redraft leagues? Is this data that you currently see? Because right now, Kadarius Toney's ADP is 73.3 on Underdog. So if you're in a 12-man league, you're potentially taking him 6th or 7th round. So if you're maybe not going tight end and quarterback, or maybe you go like wide receiver 1 and 2, RB 1 and 2, then potentially get Kadarius Toney. Now, keep in mind that is best ball rankings where you're looking for a little bit more upside, where I think people look at Kadarius Toney, so I wouldn't be surprised if in redraft rankings he falls a little bit. I do like Justin Ross. Dude was so good. The injuries just unfortunately have killed him. Kevin Lefebvre becoming a member for the 9th month. 14-team half PPR dynasty. Drafted Olave and St. Brown. Thinking of going double RB on the turn. Should Sanders, Connor, and Akers be fine picks? Would they be your running backs 1 and 2? In a dynasty league, that scares the crap out of me. Bango becoming a member for the 9th month. Morning. Thoughts on late round tight end, like after round 6? I can't give you my sleeper tight end from the draft guide because that wouldn't be fair. But I can tell you that if you're going to skip on tight ends and just go late rounds with it, then we're looking at guys like Irv Smith, Juwan Johnson, Tyler Conklin, Hayden Hurst. Those would be guys that I'd be taking a look at right there. Jelani Woods. There you go. Jacoby Meyer in Las Vegas. I could see him becoming Jimmy Garoppolo's go-to. I really could, because he fits Jimmy Garoppolo's gameplay style a lot better than Devontae Adams does. So he might not get as many targets, and he might not have as big as production, but I could see Jacoby Myers becoming the guy where Jimmy Garoppolo locks onto him in specific instances. I haven't been through everything yet, so I'm scared to ask a question and sound dumb. Also, does it have position rankings? Yes. And we did something a little bit different this year because Jake and I have a much different drafting philosophy this year. And I see the argument and I understand the argument for both sides. So when Jake and I have talked about it, I'm like, I get it. I understand why you think that way. I am definitely more inclined to take a quarterback more early this season. So if you take a look at our positional rankings, which in the draft guide, you're going to find positional rankings for each position, obviously. And those are Jake and I's combined rankings for each position. But then you also have Jake's top 250 and my top 250, because my top 250 has the top quarterbacks going significantly earlier than what Jake's does. And it's because I understand people wanting to draft quarterback earlier this year because they feel like it's going to be a safer pick. I can't argue against it. That's why I'm okay with it, and that's why I've kind of changed my philosophy this year to say, if you're kind of in the back half of the first round and you decide, hey, I want to draft Josh Allen or Jalen Hurts, okay, I understand why. I get it. Now, taking Josh Allen or Jalen Hurts at the end of the first, early second may not be best for your overall build or give you the most upside for your team. But at that point, you're trying to basically say, I feel more comfortable with the safety of a top quarterback than I do with the potential safety of a top running back, knowing that a top running back obviously has chances to maybe hurt himself a little bit more than what a top quarterback would. Okay? But like Bill just said, it is going to make your other positions, it's going to make you lack at your other positions. And that's where Jake is coming from, and that's where I agree with, and why Jake and I have always been on the same page with it, because I've always said, hey, I would rather spend my first maybe 3 picks getting 2 top running backs, because I'm more comfortable with making the decision on a weekly basis to say, hey, I know who my running backs are going to be every single week. And I've got 2 guys that I believe that are in the top 24. And that allows me to build a better lineup. I understand that and I get that. And that's the way that I've thought in previous years. And I still understand that thought process. So it is, again, if you were to take a quarterback early, you're probably going to lack in one of those other positions. But again, at that point, you're kind of sacrificing the safety of saying, I'm going to go with the quarterback here because I like the upside. But when I take a look at everything else, I don't know if I want to go that route. So that's why it's different this year. No, Anna, because we don't track it on the back end. And really the biggest differences in our top 250s is the fact that I have quarterbacks going much higher. Other than that, our top 250s are pretty accurate in terms of each other because we largely agree on our positional rankings. Like, there isn't any huge inconsistencies in our positional rankings. So the overall rankings, like, the biggest difference is the fact that I just have quarterbacks much higher this year. So, like, I've got Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts inside my top 12 right now. I think I have them at like 7 and 8 or 8 and 9 or something like that for half PPR leagues. Just because by the end of the year, when you take a look at it, and I normally build my rankings based off where's a player going to end the season at points wise, those guys are probably going to be top 12 in points. So That's why we separated them this year, but I don't think that that's bad. I think it gives you an opportunity to see two different mindsets. Anna's going to track it. Let me double check draft guides real quick, see if we had any more purchases come in. We've only had 3 more, so we would need 7. We would need 7. Don't forget to check ASP, though. QB could slide in your draft. What's ASP? Gator fan becoming a member for the 11th month. Who are several top 12 to 24 wide receivers and running backs at their current ADP that you just don't feel comfortable drafting? And also, where are you comfortable drafting Tyler Lockett? That is a lot of information to go through right now, Gator. I don't know if I can just pop 12 to 24 running backs and wide receivers off my head for you. But again, if you watch the videos and go through the draft guide, I am 100% certain you'll get that information fairly quickly. Paul becoming a member Paul becoming a new member. What's going on, Paul? Welcome into Holden Chubb. Where am I comfortable drafting Tyler Lockett this year? Tyler Lockett would have to be my RB3 or wide receiver 3. He's definitely going to lose volume to JSN, so he's really going to go back to being his boom or bust self. Tyler Lockett, to me, is a better best ball pick than redraft. John, I'm glad you asked that question, because something that is new in the draft guide this year, John says, is the draft guide presented in such a way that it's easy to mark off taken players in a fast-paced draft? I love that John answers this question, because it actually takes me in. It actually takes me in to a little segment I like to call Advances in the Draft Guide. So if you were to go into the draft guide, you would see Jake's top 250 for standard, for PPR, and for half. Kyle's top 250 for standard, PPR, and half. Positional draft rankings for standard, PPR, and half. But if you go down to this little button right here that says go to Google Sheet, and if you were to click on go to Google Sheet, it will pop up all of these rankings in a Google template for you that allows you to mark on them if a player's been taken. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I can't show it because then you'd see our rankings, and I don't want to give them away. How awesome is that, though? All you have to do is click on go to Google Sheet. It will take you into Google Sheets. Go to the cheat sheet that you want to use, and then you have the ability to check mark right next to their name. Yes. Who loves it? Who loves it? Is Ethan gone? No, he's not gone. He's been here. Nick, you dirty, dirty man. You can print anything you want to from the draft guide. Anything you want to print, there is a print button on everything. So if you went into a specific area and you wanted to print it, you would be able to. But yeah, if you have your computer up in front of you, you click on go to Google Sheets, just go to whatever one that you want, and it will show you right there. It will give you everything that you need right there. So I'm going to do it myself here again real quick. Yeah, so positional rankings, draft rankings for standard. And then you can see it like each tab at the bottom is different. So there's standard, half, full, Jake's top 250, my top 250. Like every single one of them is still inside a Google Sheet. And then you could go in and you could mark them off. Oh, it is? Okay. It's letting me do it. And it says anyone with a link. Let me talk to Taylor. Let me talk to Taylor. Let me talk to Taylor. We'll let y'all know. Bradley, are there dynasty rankings? They're not. There's not. They're not? There's not, but I could also look into that. Buck, I'll ask Taylor. I'll ask Taylor. Oh, Anna, there you go. Yeah, Buck, can you save it? This is why we pay Anna the big bucks. Buck, can you save it as a new like template on your own? And then that's true. That's exactly true right there. If it was in edit mode, everyone could change it and then we would look like freaking weirdos because somebody would make Sam Laporta the tight end one. Can you save it as a separate file and then be able to click? Because if you save it as a separate file, then you'll also be able to adjust the rankings the way that you want to as well in your own sheet. That's my bad. I didn't sleep much last night. That's probably it. Yeah, you can go to File, and then you should be able to go to Make a Copy afterwards. So here, let me show you real quick. These are... You can't see everything. The names on the left-hand side are cut off a little bit here. That's okay. But if you were to go up to File and then go to Make a Copy... and go to Make a Copy, you should be able to make your own copy. And then, like I said, too, you'll be able to go through and check off players. As well. How can you become a mod? It's not like an open position we have. Anna is our moderator. If we were to ever, and honestly, Gator, there's a little bit of a waiting list. We probably have 5 people that have already asked to be next in line. So if we ever add anybody, we would reach out to those people first. So it just depends on how many we decide to add in the future. The draft guide this year is $21.99, same as last year. Brian, Ethan has his own section of the draft guide. For some reason or another, we decided to let Ethan have his own section. Where is it? Right here. Boom. Injury breakdown. Right there. And he'll have more injury videos coming out as well here on the channel. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 12:06. I got to get out of here. I've got stuff I got to do. We were trying to go to Michigan for the holiday. Unfortunately, it's been just rain and nasty weather up there, so we haven't left yet. But the plan is to either leave tonight or tomorrow morning. So I've got some stuff that I've got to get done. I got to go get my hair cut. Got to shave up. Got to look pretty. All-Stars for my son and I start next week for baseball. So we might go out and try to throw a little bit today. And I might, I'm going to try and get my video done for next week as well. We didn't end up getting another 10 draft guides sold. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we only gave away 1 today, but we'll keep doing this in the future, ladies and gentlemen. We'll keep doing this in the future. Appreciate everybody for tuning in to the video today. Thanks so much for being here and part of the live stream. Enjoy your 4th of July. Stay safe, people. Don't do anything stupid on the 4th, which includes don't mess around with fireworks. Don't be that person. Don't lose a finger or a hand or an entire body. Don't be that person. Don't drink and drive. Drink responsibly this weekend as well. Enjoy the holiday, though. Have fun with friends and family. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you. Shelly, you're up in Monroe. I'm going to be in the Kalamazoo area. That's where our family's at. So, ladies and gentlemen, peace out. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Baby, you're a firework. Just for you, Nick. Just for you. And I'll see everybody later. Peace out, Headliner Nation.
When the game on the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was